You know what you should do? You should follow me on Twitter at Bromo018. Link in the description. Do it now. What is going on, everyone? Bromo18 here. Thank you so much for joining me today. I really do appreciate it. This is the third installment in, I guess, a brand new series on the channel where I show you how to not only recreate real tactics and systems in FIFA 20, but also how to adapt them slightly so as they will actually work and you can actually play with them in game. So far we've currently done Pep Guardiola's 4-3-3 and Jurgen Klopp's 4-3-3. Now we're going to take a trip down memory lane slightly and we are going to look at Total Football, Johan Cruyff's 3-4-3 formation. Most commonly played with at Holland when he was a player, and then also when he was a manager at Ajax and Barcelona as well. It's one through the ages that has been known as just you know, a magical system. Brought lots of success to those clubs. And today I'm going to show you how to recreate it. We actually, in FIFA 19, when I was doing my Ajax career mode series, we played with this system, and it worked really well. Went really well, in fact. It was very much you know, a good working system. So yeah, today I'm going to show you how we can do it. So as I say, it's a 3-4-3, and what you do is obviously you go to this 3-4-3 diamond. The diamond is the most important part, but what you actually want to do is you want to move these two side midfielders inside, and you want to bring them in. We can bring them in a little bit closer into centre midfield, but you don't want to put them as centre midfielders. You want to put them as left and right centre midfielder. That way you've still got that width, and we will come on to that at some point as well. So you know, it's a 3-4-3, but obviously you've got this sort of narrow diamond, and the formation itself and the system is very much about possession based, but it's also about exploiting space and creating space. So we'll come on to that. So you know, you've got your 3-4-3 here. In fact, we might move these wingers just down a little bit. We are doing it with Barcelona, but like I say, you can do it with any team. You just got to make sure you have the players for the system. So here's your 3-4-3. And now we'll go into instructions. For the sake of, you know, trying to modernise it a little bit, we will have sweeper keeper. And also comes across as well. You want him to be aggressive. You want him to take the front foot, just like the whole system of the team. So you can do that with your goalkeeper, and then of course the three centre backs stay back while attacking. That's very, very important. Some people think that maybe they maraud forward because it's an attacking formation. No, because you've got you know, only wingers, no fullbacks, you want them to stay structured, stay rigid, and remain back. By the way, in terms of interceptions, and we say this in every tactics video now, keep them on normal unless, you know, maybe it's the last few minutes, you're chasing a goal, trying to chase a winner, in which case, yeah, maybe you move them to aggressive. But for the whole team, keep them on normal interceptions, because otherwise it's going to drain your stamina, and, you know, the players just really can't deal with it. So keep them on normal and it will work just fine. And then we move into this midfield four, the diamond. So first of all, we'll start with the holding midfielder. Of course, you want him to stay back while attacking. He's the pivot. He's the one who possession rests on in terms of, you know, when you do have the ball, but, you know, also defensively as well. He's going to try and break up counter attacks from the opposition. So you want him to stay back while attacking, and also you want him to cover the centre as well. That's very important. Say within that area, covering the wings will be for the side midfielders and the wingers as well. So you want him to cover the centre. And in terms of defensive behaviour, generally, I like to stick to balance here for the sake of the game. You don't want him sticking to one or the other too much. You know, with balanced defence, it's a very safe option, and I think that's, you know, a fair way to replicate it. So you've got this role, and if you are playing it with Barcelona in this side, you know, Busquets is probably the one to do it, because De Jong, you probably will need to put further up, unfortunately. Although De Jong could do that, probably even better than Busquets. But, you know, Busquets couldn't move into these side midfield roles, so we'll keep him there. And then you move into the left and right central midfielders, and this is a very important part of the actual system. Now, for a start, they won't be bombing forward. They're there again to recycle possession. They're there to, you know, mop up and keep it going. and also to prevent the counter-attack as well. You won't see them marauding into the box. So you want them to stay on the box for the crosses. And actually, you probably want them to stay back while attacking as well. And really, you know, it's not as if they're going to be really deep along with the central defenders. It's just that they're going to be in sort of that midway point in the on the pitch in the attacking midfield and then defensive third. They'll be in the midway point, and they're really just going to stay there and hold the ship. So yeah, you want them to stay back while attacking, stay on the edge of the box, and most importantly, cover the wing. That's where you sort of make up for there being no fullbacks in this system. You want them to cover the wing, and they will come out, and that's why we have them as left and right centre midfielder rather than centre midfielder, because it means they're just going to be over to that side a little bit more. So you know, they won't have to run as far. There won't be as much space for the opposition to exploit. And we'll just do the same with De Jong as well, and of course stick to position, which is a very common theme in this system. So you've got your I guess your base three here, and also the man at the front of the diamond, the tip of it, if you will. Here we got Rakitic. If you're playing as Barcelona in this system, of course, you know you could be doing this with any team, but just for this argument's sake, if you've playing with Barcelona, you're probably going to want to put Messi in this position instead of on the wing, because on the wing, obviously, they're going to be tracking back and stuff. Messi, he's just not that guy. He's just not that man. He's not going to be tracking back. He doesn't have the stamina for it. So you're probably going to want Messi. For the sake of the video, we'll put Rakitic here. But in terms of the instructions for the attacking midfielder, you actually want them to get into the box for the cross, just to give the striker that extra support. And we'll come on to why in a minute when we come on to the wingers. But you're wanting to get into the box. And also, in terms of defensive support, stick it to basic, stick it to balanced. In that way, you know, you've not got less sort of support, because obviously you're going to have the two wingers tracking back. And you're only going to have your striker up top. So keep it balanced and it'll be there and thereabouts, that's for sure. And in terms of positioning freedom, again, stick to position, and that's fairly self-explanatory really. And then we move on to the front three. First of all, we'll come on to the wingers. Now, of course, you want them to come back on defence. You know, that is the most important. Like I say, no fullbacks. I'm going to keep emphasising it in this video, but no fullbacks means you want them coming back. Tracking back, so you want people with stamina. This is why we don't want Messi on the wing. If you're playing with Barcelona, you want him inside, because he's just not going to be doing that tracking back. And it's really important they will be you know, doing their defensive duties as well. So come back on defence. Again, like I say, it is a possession-based system, and so generally they shouldn't need to be tracking back, because you should be in control of possession. You should have the ball the majority of the time, but it's impossible to have 100% possession in a game of football. You know, it's not possible. It doesn't happen. So at some point the opposition will have the ball, and therefore you do want to put this on just in case. And then in terms of the other elements here, you actually want them to stay wide. Now, whilst it's a possession-based system, it's very much about controlling the space, exploiting and creating space. And that is how you're going to get your wingers into that space and to create that space. You want them to stay wide, and they create the width for the team, because, of course, it is a very narrow formation. You don't have the fullbacks like you would in a regular 4-3-3 to create that width. So you actually want them to stay wide, but you still want them, for the sake of FIFA, to get in behind, because that's how you're going to create a lot of your chances. So they're going to be, you know, towards the touchline, but they'll be getting in behind, sort of slightly curving their runs, but of course it will be on the outside of the opposition fullback or defender, whatever it may be, and in which case, you know, you will be able to create the width that way. So you want them stay wide and getting behind, and also get into the box for the cross. Again, this is slightly adapted for FIFA. In the system in real life, back when, you know, Cruyff was at Barcelona and what have you, it was very much versatile. You'd probably have them on balance, but for the sake of FIFA, because we you know, it's a bit harder to create chances when it's, you know, a bit rigid and stuff in terms of the gameplay. So, you know, you can have them get into the box of the cross. If you find that there's too much space being left behind by them getting into the box, you can change this to balance and it should be okay. But in terms of, you know, the base set instructions, have get into the box. And then finally, the striker as well. For one, you want him staying central. He is the focal point of this system, so he has to remain in those areas, that is for sure. You also want him staying forward as well in terms of defensive support. And in terms of attacking runs, people might think that it's a false nine because, again, possession-based system. But it's not the case. It's actually mixed attack is what you want, because you want an all-round, an all-rounded forward. So Suarez is probably not the guy for this. Someone in a system nowadays, Harry Kane, Ronaldo, those sort of strikers, maybe Lewandowski, strikers like that, they would be ideal for this sort of role. So balanced, they can hold up play, they can drop off if they need to, they can get in behind, they can do a lot of things, and therefore your striker needs to be that guy. So you want to actually on mixed attack. And now we move into the tactics itself. On defence, this is a very extreme pressing system. The mentality is very much we want possession all the time. As soon as we lose it, we want it back. So constant pressure, and that is why it's all the more important on instructions to have all your players on balanced or normal interception, should I say, because again it's going to be heavy on stamina, but it'll be okay with constant pressure. You will still survive, but again, interceptions are normal as a result. In terms of the width, because of the fact that you've got no fullbacks, you've got your 3 centre backs and no wingers, side midfielders, you've only got wingers, you haven't got a right or left mid, you actually want to make it a little bit wider than what you'd think. Usually people, when they're out in defence, they're going to remain really compact, try and crowd out a narrow area, but it's already a very narrow formation, so you actually want to boost this up to about 5. And it should be okay. You'll find less space in behind because of the fact you've got 3 at the back, you've got 4 centre midfielders as well. About 5 width should do the trick. And then in terms of depth, you want the line as high as possible. That's to complement the fact that you're going to be pressurising, putting constant pressure on the ball. So in order to use that to your advantage and be able to complement that, you want your defensive line as high as possible. So keep that depth at the top. And then, of course, offensive style, possession, that's very self-explanatory. And then in terms of width, again, you're going to narrow this down. That's part of the system. Again, the wingers are the ones that create the width there. And because of their instructions to stay wide, they will, of course, still be out wide, despite the fact that you've got this on around about 3 in terms of the width. So that will be okay, but then it gives you the option to, play lots of short passes, lots of support for the man in possession and stuff for the central midfield players. So keep that at about 3, and that is okay. In terms of players in the box, again, I like to stick it to about 3 players in the box, so number 6 out of 10 here. And the reason being is that you've got your striker, maybe you've got your attacking midfielder, and then a winger as well popping in, and that's it's nice and steady, nice and simple. And then otherwise you've got the players circling around the outside of the box in order to recycle possession. And then for corners and free kicks, as we have done in all the videos, I'll put it up to 4 just so you've got enough players. You're still going to have 2 players back, which I think is more than enough. And then the rest of your players, you'll have your defensive, centre backs coming forward, your threats from corners and high crosses, etc. So 4 will be enough for that. And I think that really rounds it off, to be honest, guys. This is the 3-4-3, the total football. It's a brilliant system, and it definitely does work. Go and watch back some of my Ajax Career Mode series videos, and you'll see it's very much a working system in this game. If you've got any questions about it, please do feel free to get at me in the comment section and let me know, and I'll be happy to answer any questions you may have. Also, leave any suggestions for any future tactics that you want to see me replicate and explain for videos on FIFA 20 in the future, and I'll add them to the list. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you haven't already for more regular content. Ring the bell as well so that you will always get notifications every time I upload. Please leave a like on the video if you've enjoyed it. Let me know that you've enjoyed the content and want to see more. And on that note, we are going to finish it there. Thank you so much for watching this, guys, and I will see you soon.